Coming to terms with receiving a chronic health diagnosis is not something that happens overnight. In fact, I have spent the last 4 weeks not only recovering in terms of the stitches that are trying to knot my skin back together, but I'm trying to knot parts of my life back together, my worldview back together, how I dream about my future back together. And I think that that's the part that oftentimes we don't hear about. We hear about the journey to diagnosis and we hear about the road to recovery, but we don't actually always make space for the emotional landscape that has to sit there with that. There's been good days and there's been bad days and many a days in between. And if I've learnt one thing in this last 4 weeks, it's just to accept each day as it comes. So here I am with some boxes because it's been a hard month. As I'm sure some of you know, I had an endometriosis diagnosis and laparoscopy surgery a month ago. And since then, obviously, we have to fall on our coping mechanisms. Sometimes my coping mechanisms, or most of the time, it's exercise, but I haven't been able to exercise because you can't really exercise until 6 weeks after your surgery. There's conflicting advice whether you can or you can't. But my body still feels like it's pulling even when I lay on certain sides. So I am staying out of exercise beyond walking until I reach the 6 week mark. But I am actually going back to teach yoga today, which I'm a little nervous for, but also really excited for. So hopefully there's some people that understand my verbal cues because I will not be able to demonstrate a thing. But in my other Hannah tradition of coping mechanisms, I've gone shopping. So I thought I would walk you guys through some of the things I have bought. Because some of them are in the vein of how I want to, like, things I need to want to shift now. So obviously when you get an endometriosis diagnosis, it's quite a scary thing and it makes you think about what can you do in your life to kind of, I don't know, reduce the inflammation load. And most of my makeup is already cruelty-free and vegan because I am vegan. So try and make that a priority already. But I have started to pay more attention to what is actually low toxic makeup. And the best brand that I found that was vegan as well was Ilia Beauty. I actually also bought some bits from them because I love their lip liner, which you guys see me use all the time, and didn't know it was a low tox brand, so I was already participating in it. So I got an updated version of my lip liner that I always use in the same color because why fix what isn't broken? And that is the Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon in the shade Genre. I basically needed to replace all my makeup, by the way, so it's not like it's all running out, so I'm not just buying loads of stuff like on top of everything that I've already got loads of. I bought a new blush stick, but I've just read that it's got shea butter and avocado oil, so I have a feeling this is going to break me out. This is a multi blush stick in the shade, what is the shade? In the Mood. We will see if that's good. I know that the Milk makeup one that I already use is also low tox, so I will also replace that because I love that one and it definitely doesn't break me out. I have very sensitive skin. I got a lip gloss in the shade Porcelain, and it's a hydrating lip gloss. Again, the Milk makeup one I already have is also low tox, so I can just continue using that, but nice to have another option. I got a Skin Blur Serum Concealer in the shade Georgette 11. I'm really hopeful that this is my shade. I did their like shade matching thing on their website. Really hoping it is because it's really, obviously then I've just spent £30 and I can't use it if it's not the right shade. So I'll need to go into a Space NK if this is the wrong one and spend another amount of money. But let's hope that this is the right shade. I'll probably do a get ready with you get ready with me update tomorrow using all of these products anyway, and we will see if we like them. And then I got an After Midnight mascara. Hopefully it's good, and that looks like it's black, but I definitely ordered brown, so we will see. Maybe I've just spent loads of money on a concealer and a mascara that I'm not going to use. We will see. And then what else is this? Oh, they threw something else in, an eyeshadow stick. We'll use all those products tomorrow in a get ready with me and see if they're any good. Then, whilst we're on the topic of other things I bought for my, like, things I'm looking at evolving and swapping out in my lifestyle. So obviously I'm a yoga teacher. I've been a yoga teacher for 8 years. And Lululemon Align leggings they're a canon event in a yoga teacher's life. And obviously you get a discount with Lululemon as a yoga teacher. So I have shopped there loads. But I don't know about you guys, but I have seen the class action lawsuit that's not just against them. So it's also Alo Yoga, Adidas, and like a whole other range of brands for their like endocrine disruptor chemicals that are in their clothes. And obviously now I care a lot about endocrine disruption more than I'd ever thought about before. And obviously I'm in clothes a lot for teaching yoga, and then also going to the gym. I like to go to the gym. So I've started slowly already swapping that out. You guys have been along on that journey. I bought a not basic pair of leggings, not leggings, flares. So I'm trying a new brand, which is called Packed. And theirs is really good value. I mean, I need to look more into the ethics of it, because I'm a bit worried at the price point that I don't know how ethical that could be. But the website gives very earthy energy, so it would be quite misaligned if the ethics were bad. But it's organic, it's cotton, and I got one of their like matching sets, because we need a matching set, mostly for ease of my mind. And I just thought this colour was beautiful. There is still elastane in it. So these are their flares again. I didn't like the look of their leggings. Their leggings just didn't look great on the model, and I always think if something doesn't look good on the model, it's not going to look good on me. So I got these. Again, I'll try them on with you guys, not today. It's too hot. It's like 30 degrees and all my windows are shut so I can film this. So I got those in a small, so I'll let you know and show you how they look on. And then when I'm back exercising, I'll let you know if they're worth it. And then I'm normally a small in a top, if it's a stretchy top, unless it's by Lululemon and their sizes are quite small and I do have quite big ribs, so then I'd go medium. So we'll see how. I got medium though because they were sold out on the small. So I just got a matching set in that, and that was, they had a discount on it. It was £55 for both, which is crazy good value, I think. So that's what else I've bought. That's all. It's organic cotton, I think, with mixed with elastane. So there probably is some level of something in it that's not good for you, but we're doing what we can. And then this is not related to like endocrine disruptors or anything like that. In fact, there's probably plastic in it. I just saw it and I just wanted it, and I was like, you know what, you can have that. Obviously I've been not able to do much since I've been recovering, but I have been having coffee every day, which again isn't good for you, but I'm having it. I need a simple joy, and coffee is my simple joy. But some days I haven't wanted to go out for a coffee, but I've still gone out for a coffee. And I'm really craving a ritual at home around coffee. And this is just pure capitalism. I have a beautiful percolator already, but I also just feel like it's funny because I was talking to someone about not liking French press coffee the other day, and then I've immediately gone and bought a French press, which I've bought solely on their marketing, by the way. It's just so cute. It's just so my vibe. And I just was like, I need it. So I guess I'm going to become a French press coffee drinker purely so I can use this now. Look at her. Literally the cutest thing. And I just like pictured myself on like a slow Sunday morning drinking my French press with some of my organic gluten-free vegan bread and just having toast and coffee in my bed and reading a book. And I just loved that, and it just made me instantly happy. And I like the idea of being able to like offer friends French press coffee. So yeah, I got this just because it made me happy. So yeah, they're the things I've bought this month to make myself A, feel happy, and I think B, also there's something about getting a chronic illness diagnosis and you wanting to bring things back into your control. And obviously a chronic illness diagnosis, everything all of a sudden feels out of your control, and we live in lazy age capitalism, so sometimes buying things makes you feel in control. And obviously my lifestyle changes, I've already been on a journey with for quite a long time, so looking at things like makeup and things like the activewear I'm wearing, both things that I wear every day, feels like I'm taking some kind of control back. So yeah, we can psychoanalyze my decisions on this later, but those are the things I thought. Also, for my first class back teaching yoga, I'm wearing these little like bubble trousers that I absolutely love. I will find the brand name. They're like a little Brighton brand, and then just like a weekday singlet. Yeah, I do think that we are evolving away from normal leggings in the yoga studio, which feels nice. But I will say, those flared pants when you're doing yoga in them and you're doing a down dog can be annoying. So the leggings still do have a place, and they will always have a place, especially in like a power yoga class, I think. But yeah, I'll let you know how my first teaching class goes tomorrow, and we will do a get ready with me with the new makeup I've got as both a review to it and an update on how I'm feeling, where I'm at tomorrow. So yeah, keep watching. Good morning, everybody. I taught yoga last night, which was so lovely, and now I thought I would just do a get ready with me with my new non-toxic, and sort of colour test them, open them, try them out with you guys, and give you an update on the past few weeks of recovery post endometriosis surgery. It's been 4 weeks since I had the operation, or just over 4 weeks, and I definitely am starting to feel more like restlessness, so I think that means my energy is starting to come back more, which is a good thing. I think like it's really easy though to like think that you're further along in recovery than you are and like do too much. I had heard people say that like don't take things too fast. It can be really easy to want to do that. That was the blemish control Sukin, by the way, which I think is also non-toxic. And it's not necessarily controlling my blemishes right now, I can't lie to you, but it is good. I'm back to using the Beauty of Joseon because I feel like sometimes when my skin is like this, it needs a bit of a reset, and this one has probiotics in it, so I'm hoping that that helps it. So yeah, after that I kind of just like took it quite easy. I had the flat to myself, and it was good to be back to being alone in my space and like, you know, feel that independence again, and feel like I could sit with everything more now that I was alone. Just because obviously when you've got people around, it is a bit of a salve, I guess, from your emotional world, or it can be, I think. So it was good to kind of just like come to terms with the reality of things and think about what's next. My default setting is to like fix or do something about it. Like I find it quite hard as a person to just be sometimes, even when I think I'm just being, I'm planning. So that was also quite, I'm still using this by Terry. There are some toxic ingredients in it, I think, but it's expensive and I love it. So I'm going to use it until it runs out. I think I was also like, oh my God, maybe I just need to run away and move to Cornwall now. I've always wanted to move to Cornwall after Brighton. And I was like, maybe I just leave now. And it doesn't help that my landlord's selling my flat, so we actually do need to leave soon. So I think that's come at a time where obviously coming to terms with like a new diagnosis of a chronic condition, you have a fight or flight response that comes up, right? And my response is always flight. I want to leave, I want to start a new life. Let's see if their colour matching matches my colour. There's the Georgette. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. They look different to me. I feel like this one is more olivey and that one's more yellow. Let's see. Okay, this looks promising. It actually looks darker than the custard, which is interesting. The texture is much thinner. So I wonder how this is gonna go with covering literal acne. So yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a energy, sort of pay attention to each day. And since that time away with my friends, I've definitely pulled back and done nothing really, and just kept my activities to like a day thing. I also drank one of the days when I was away, just because I'd kind of told myself that with this new condition, I would allow myself to drink whilst I'm on holiday. And I think that also maybe really set me back. And again, I don't want to like be one of those people who's like obsessed with how that I don't need to feel good all the time, but I don't want to feel horrific all the time. Like I'm okay to feel neutral, but the pain that I was in after was quite scary. I feel like that is not the colour I ordered, but maybe it is. Let's see. Actually, maybe it's good that it's a really different shade to the other one. Actually, on camera, it actually looks quite similar. Also, if I'm talking weird, it's because that retainer that's on the top of my teeth is, again, come loose, which is so annoying. I'm gonna have to, I think, get her to replace it because she used like one of those wires that wraps around rather than a bar, and it is just not working in my mouth. This is the third time, or maybe even the fourth, it's come undone, and it is like, you just don't want to be going to the dentist every week and a half, you know? That is just not on the agenda. Sensory overload right now is all I can say. Like, I can feel the wire like coming down behind my tooth and getting caught on my tongue, and it is not the one. So that is why I'm talking, if you notice it, a little bit funny. Okay, I think I like this. It feels quite natural. We've got a brand new genre. That I know works because I bought that from Space & K. Look at her, stunning, absolutely beautiful. That's the right colour. And then let's try, what are these things? The hydrating lip gloss. We know that'll be fine. You can't go wrong with a lip gloss, can you? Love that colour. So fun. And maybe a little pinker than my milk one. Let's see. Yeah, a little pinker. Good. Okay, so it's a bit different. Gorgeous. Quite a dry lip gloss, but I kind of like that. Sometimes the milk one's a bit thick because it's a lip oil. And then this is, by the way, that was in the shade, I'm so bad at this. Too many things to focus on. Porcelain. This was a free gift because I spent so much money. I think I spent £130 on all this, which is also fine. Oh, I actually like this. We'll see if this gives me eye eczema though. Also, me doing literally a full face at this level and then going to get a coffee is hilarious. I have eyeshadow on at 10 in the morning. Let's rub that out. I like that. It's been a roller coaster. I did Google, am I having a breakdown the other day, just because I felt like my capacity was so low. The emotional toll of coming to terms with everything. And also just my coping mechanism when I'm feeling down is normally exercise, and I can't do that. So I think that's also a bit of a challenge. This has kind of been indoors, cooking away with my thoughts. And that has been a journey. I can't swim yet either because the stitches are still, they just look raw. Like, maybe I'll show you guys them, give you a bit of an update. Ignore that pamphlet that says everything's gone in a week. It is not gone in a week. How cute is this top? My mum bought it for me as an early birthday present. It's from Mugo Department. I was just getting Instagram advertised it and I just felt like it's full of colours that I love and that look good on me. I don't know what this means in terms of season, but I love this top. But yeah, don't watch this next bit if you don't like wounds or belly buttons or lack of, because that's what we're looking at. I don't want to jump scare everyone. Okay. Just me opening my trousers. I'm just going to show you these two because the third one feels like not a vibe. This is actually the first day I've had a lack of bloating and sensitivity enough that I can wear a skirt that I'd normally wear. So that's taken me 4 weeks in terms of bloating and sensitivity to be able to put this on, and we'll see how long it lasts. Yeah, so that is how everything's looking right now. There is still stitches in there, I can see them and feel them up close, and this one's a bit more gruesome in my humble opinion. But yeah, there is still stitches very much in there, and then there's still another one down there, and that's the same. They all still have stitches in them. And yeah, from some friends that I've spoken to, they lasted ages. And I think you can swim in things with them when they're on a certain point, but mine still look like they're healing, and I don't want to get in a pool or the sea until they feel healed. So yeah, that's where my physical body is at, and on a mental health level, still just coming to terms with it all, and coming to terms with the reality of how much change is also happening in life at the same time, and figuring out where I want to be without running away. Some of the things I've been doing to like help recovery a little bit. I've been making sure that I have an iron supplement because my iron was low already. And then I've been having, which one am I using? I did try the Floridix one. I didn't like it. It hurt my stomach. These gummies though are great. So I just have 2 of those, but there's no vitamin C in them. So I have a vitamin C with those, with breakfast. And then I make sure I wait 30 minutes before I have coffee. I've just started bringing in like a vegan collagen as well, just to like give myself another protein type, because you need to eat loads of protein when you are healing, basically. And obviously I'm eating protein with every meal, but you kind of need to eat more. So yeah, I've been just trying to supplement that as well, which I hope has been helping. I don't know. I read this book to get me back into reading and back into feeling focused. It's so easy to read. Will I say it's a good book? No. Do I think that the love story isn't problematic? Also, no. But is it easy to read? Is it a bit sexy? Yes and yes. I would call it like a sexy Hunger Games, basically. So if you need a book that's just gonna get you in, I recommend this one, Silver Elite by Danny Francis. And then I'm finishing off the 5th A Court of Thorns and Roses book, because I think the 6th one comes out in, I want to say October, which is so funny. I read that series and found Sarah J Maas. Sorry to be that person, but literally when I got this Kindle. So when she first wrote that book, I think she started with The Throne of Glass, and I think it was 10 years ago. And I read all of them then. And then I found A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I could still find my review of the first one from like literally when it first came out. And I was like, this is the best book I've ever read. And I just posted that on Goodreads, which is, we go off Hannah from 10 years ago, just no shame, being that I am reading fairy porn and letting everybody know. But now we're all letting everyone know. So I was ahead of my time. And this genre has exploded since then. I mean, but I've got so many recs from that time because I was obsessed with it then. Because I think I was also going through it. And I find that a sexy fantasy or a sexy sci-fi, that will get you through the time, because the world is such escapism from where you are, and in a way so much dark, like the problems are so more survival oriented that like it just takes you out of your own experience, because they're not problems you're going through. Sometimes when you're reading like a fiction, like I've been wanting to read and have been reading a little bit of this, like Transit by Rachel Cusk, which is the 2nd book in her Outline series, which I loved the first, but she's an existential queen. Also, are we going to talk about the Natalie Portman drama here? Crazy. She has written a book that's like apparently about Natalie Portman. I will be reading, but tea. So yeah, tried to read this. I love her writing, but not for now. It's too real, because apparently she is actually writing about real people, which I didn't quite know. But I mean, slay. As a writer, you kind of are always writing about people, but you're meant to like do it in like a ooh way. Whereas she just apparently is just like, here you go. That is this person. So yeah, I do recommend. I'm gonna start reading the second one, which is Broken Dove, once I finish A Court of Thorns and Roses, because I don't foresee myself being in a like existential place to explore the transitory nature of the human condition for a few more weeks, maybe a few more months. Further update on like endometriosis surgery recovery would be, they like tell you that your first period back can be quite intense, and I was quite worried for mine, but it arrived 4 days late, so not that late, and I had it over the eclipse. Which, did you guys see the eclipse? I did watch it through the glasses and also directly at the sun, which I don't recommend. I did feel extremely anxious for 2 days that I made myself blind. I looked at it basically like through my phone to like try and get a picture of the phone, but then I was like, I also look at the sun regularly. This is gonna really out me as a dumb person, but like, I thought we were meant to look at the sun. Obviously, it's why you can't be looking at TikTok wellness. You know, you just can't. If anything, through this endometriosis journey, I've learned that you can't, like, TikTok wellness cannot be where you're getting all of your wisdom. And having my period then was crazy. I felt insane. That's when I googled the day after the eclipse, am I having a breakdown? Yeah, it was painful the entire time, whereas like normally it's not painful the entire time. Longer than it normally does, and it was definitely more painful. And I was so tired, like genuinely could not get out of bed tired, other than like a walk in the morning, and quite nauseous and dizzy as well. So like I just had like ginger tea non-stop and a heat pack on your body in a heat wave is a lot, but I needed it. So yeah, that's my first period post-op update, because I know that that's something that people worry about. But yeah, mine came back quite quickly, which I was quite surprised about, because I did ablation on both of my ovaries. So that means it like stuns your ovaries. So, and it was right at the end of my last period, so before I would have ovulated. So the fact that my body was able to get working and produce, you know, a normal cycle only 4 days late is pretty impressive, and pretty good sign that everything is chugging along and arriving back to normal, which is a good thing. But I am glad to feel like moving towards myself again after that first period, because I also was unprepared for the hormonal roller coaster of it. The makeup in the light, I would say that actually that concealer is definitely the right one in this time of year for like the other makeup that sits with it. But yeah, I think I'd need a lighter colour for winter. But yeah, that's the makeup. Also, this is my outfit for the day. So I'm wearing my Mugo Department top that my mum got me. This really cute little bag, Syrian Lebanese designer. My friend Bella bought me this, which is so cute, from a little island that she lives on in the Philippines called Siargao. And then my trusty vegan Birkenstocks. So yeah, I am off for my daily activity, which is to coffee.